Nev, let's go. Can y'all hear? Okay, now I need to paste this everywhere else. I have okay, can you guys all hear me? And I made the stream in a bunch of different locations. So let's go here. So I'm also on Rumble. Let's check if Rumble's working. Okay, Rumble should be here. Okay, Rumble's working. I'm gonna open up this pop-out chat. Move it over. Let's do this all quickly. I was supposed to do this before, but something came up. Anyways. And alright, so we are in, so we have 0 people in so far. Okay, yes sir, we got 29,000 tons of thermite and Steven F are in the house. Okay guys, we have 1 person. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna, so we're on Rumble. What else are we on? We're also on Odyssey. Let's open up this. Yeah, I think this is probably a good way to do this. Okay, and also guys, we're on the threadcast on inleo/hive. Okay, I'll pop up this pop-out chat to see if this is working. So we are, okay, it's working. We are just checking all operations. Okay, this is good to go. What else is on here? 1 small step for man, giant leap for. Okay, Donald Duck's in the house. Okay, anyways, it's him with the. I still remember him talking about AI can't handle his action reaction physics in space. Like, what are you talking about? Is there like lovable disinfo bot? Alright, pop out chat. Okay, let's pop out. Now we're also on BitChute as well. So we're streaming on everything, and we're also streaming on X. So it's first time ever on X. Let's see if this works. And guys, and again, if you have questions and so on, anything technical, put that in this chat in person. Any math, science, technology, moon landing stuff, be good as well. Alright. Yeah, so this moon landing stuff is very disappointing. I was hoping for it to be fake and then it's real. I'm like, my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Alright, let's go back to, okay, then X. Okay, that was BitChute. Now, last one's on X. First time ever. Let's see if this works. Okay, we're broadcasting on X. Does this even work? Starting May 10th. I didn't choose May 10th. I chose May now. Okay, so I have no idea what just happened. Okay. So 1 second, guys. Okay, let's go to premium. Media Studio. I didn't choose it to May 10th. I chose it to now. What in the world's going on here? Edit. Okay. Scheduled post. No, I don't know. Anyways, 1 second. I'm just trying to figure this out. This should be, yeah, change this. Change it to right now. May 10th. What is going on? May 7th. Cannot be longer than that. Just choose the 7th. Okay. And then 12. Okay. Okay, so we are good to go. Save. So we are live. Let's see if it works. Okay, go back to this X. Anyways, guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'll jump over whatever was in my docket. Grok and ChatGPT cannot laugh, so they're not relative for what is real and what not, so we will never have a good estimate guess from both. If it was real or not, 1969 and 1972, 71, 70, and soon it's going to be like 2030. So it's like, anyways, Donald, like, it's very easy to know, well, it's not necessarily easy, but it's very, very possible to know what's real or not. You don't need to just rely on nonsense. Because I guess so far, NASA's more believable than Donald Duck. Okay, so they just start it. Why is it a 10:05? Just start it. Well, who's picking these hours? Okay, so it's live now. Okay, there it is. Let's see if it runs. Okay, I think it is live. 10:05, just start it. Okay, we are live, guys. Let's go. Is there a pop-out chat? Okay, so we're on X as well. My goodness, we're on a million different stuff. Blurt is not working anymore for some reason. Anyways, let me just set this up, and we'll be good to go. Okay, there's that. There's this, and I'll periodically check. Okay, yeah, I'll periodically check stuff. Okay, anyways, guys, we are good to go, and I'll see what else. And there's my emails open. So we have 4 people in the thing. We are streaming on a whole bunch of stuff. We are on another level, guys. Another level. All right, so we're good to go. Okay, and yeah. Anyways, Donald Duck, just ease up on the chat. Otherwise, you get muted again. If you just keep spamming with, it's like stuff. It's like read the room. Like you're talking to someone that thinks you're a disinfo bot, and then you just keep spamming it. Like this entire passive comments all covered. The whole chat's covered up by your nonsense. So ease up, or you're getting muted. All right. What else we got in the docket? Okay, I'm gonna move this email. Okay, here, and also there's a threadcast, so if you guys learn how to use Hive, post on there, you get upvotes and so on. So like this post right here, 16 cents, I get 8 cents goes to me. So that's think about that. This 8 cents more than I've ever made on X. All right, so and it's just like randomly just posted there. Okay, guys, figure out how to do the threadcast. Anyways, guys, I see what else. I'm gonna go over some questions I had. So people had this person always asked me math stuff. Let's see the information theory. Do you have a book? This is information theory, and let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I'll do some. I'll try to find this right now, and I'll go to element of information theory, second edition, or just go second edition PDF. So it's like people can't just Google themselves. Okay, elements of this. Is there a PDF of it? Yeah, there it is. There's a PDF literally there. Okay, there's a full PDF right here of this book. Let's see, and then I'll send it to that person. Yeah, so again, these math Q&As. Okay, there it is. It's a full book. Let's go. Okay, I'll send it. Whoops. I'll send this person the book. Here is the book, and I'll send a link to the live stream that I'm streaming. Okay, and then YouTube. Okay, I'm streaming now. If you have other questions. All right, guys. So we are good to go. I'm gonna just mute some stuff here. Okay, so we are good to go. And yeah, so that was first math technical question. Okay, so now basically the way it works is anyone has questions, I'll go over them, and then if there's no questions, I'll just go do over the default topic. And today's on the Lunar Regolith. So it's pretty interesting. Because I was sent some moon landing fakery claims, and I'm like, does anybody just look at the actual science? Like, it's basically the moon landing is kind of like the Hutchinson effect. The more you look at the footage, the more you realize it's real. There's just so much. It's just too much. And also, I made a moon landing playlist. I might do some moon landing videos as well. Playlist. Okay, so I made one right here. Yeah, so I made this one. I want to put this back. I added this guy's this Dave McKeegan guy is a mainstream guy, but so far I've seen is it seems pretty legit. So let's put this at. Why can't I just move it at the bottom? Like, what is going on here? Okay, so I put these here. I'll put some of his other stuff on there because he doesn't even have a playlist. This is a 5-hour quote debate with moon landing person. But anyways. So what I'm going to go over is this Regolith thing is really interesting because I was sent this so I was sent earlier this video American Moon. Actually, I'll make a post here. American Moon. This thing I was sent the American Moon documentary. Documentary maker. Let's go before that. So this is American Moon. This is a great Reddit post that I went over, I read up on this one. So a lot of good stuff here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. Why can't I just open this properly? How do things teleport? Okay, there it is. We're back here. So anyways, if you guys have questions. So this is from American Moon. And they make a claim that, so this was from Mythbusters in a vacuum. They just step on it. And they show that you could do a footprint. But then he says, oh no, this footprint is actually way more compact and it's like holds its shape even when it splits apart. This one is saying this one can hold. But anyways, they weren't even trying to do that in the Mythbusters ones. But anyways, he says, given the Mythbusters have replicated the lunar conditions under vacuum and with a sand simulant This was a claim from there, but if you read this one here, it pretty much debunks it. The mainstream, debunks the American moon stuff here. This is Mythbusters one, and under vacuum and with the sand simulant, can you explain why they weren't able to reproduce astronauts' footprints from the original? Yeah, they didn't replicate the electrostatic conditions on the moon, and we'll get to this in a bit. I'll play the whole thing just so you guys get a grasp on this, because there's a whole like industry on the regolith, which is the moon dust stuff, which these American moon people never like just pretend like doesn't exist. So I'll go over this American moon one here.
So much.
So this one is like, and again, if you just have your disinfo senses tingling, just watching this is all just like constant nonsense. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go over this, and then we'll go over the regolith, from the mainstream science standpoint. This is just a mainstream conspiracy one. American Moon, 803,000 views. This guy got literally, this might be his channel, or because I think it might have looked like it. But anyways, 246,000 subscribers, and but let's just go back to the beginning of these claims. We'll go to the full. He goes over the Mythbusters. Who were those astronauts inside the spacesuits? Which ones? There's different ones. This is Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, and the thing is, you can also order these synthetic ones, and a lot of these mainstream debunking sites, it's like why does like the Mythbusters are doing something like it's actually going to do an experiment, but why isn't this guy doing an experiment? Get the sand simulant and replicate the exact same thing. It's like, why do you have to just make a full documentary with with straight up lies? Go play this right here. Because yeah, someone on X messaged me. He believes in this American Moon documentary. Where's the beginning? My goodness, it's like there's just never stops. Right, zoom back out. Just, what is the holdup? Okay, just go. It's still going. I'll play the full part. Dust on the moon. Okay. Regolith a specific reflection rate known as albedo. A question asked, is albedo match the albedo on the lunar surface? Yeah, those are questions, but again, like, can you get and find out what the answer is? All right, like help me find out the answer. I'm just going through a few claims at a time. It's like because again, even if it doesn't match, then the question is like, where are they then? Mars or something? Why can't I just see this? All of them. And all that footage, I mean, are we sure that they are who they claim? Well, that's the thing. It could be some other people. What I'm trying to say is, like, you got to be able to at least standardize what can we claim as being real. So, in my view, is the footage is real. Buzz Aldrin's as a Freemason, like they're all Freemasons, so who cares? But okay, let's see. Let's go back. Right over here. Again, it's like this video is just taking a bunch of little things that they purposely missed. Like, I'll show you this. The worst is when I hate is they're deliberately lying. Okay, I'm just go. Okay, I think where's the dust? Okay, there it is. Dust. Okay.
Degrading during the live feeds from the moon. Let's now examine another interesting problem: the behavior of the dust on the moon. On Earth, the dust remains attached to objects thanks to the humidity of the air. On the moon, however, there is
not necessarily the humidity. A lot of other stuff can stick to it. Just like magnetism. A magnet can stick without it. Just you have magnetic dust. If you have just iron filings, if you just have anything super small, it can stick by adhesion. Anything, it doesn't even need the material. It doesn't even need the atmosphere or moisture. Anyways, just made a point.
No atmosphere, and therefore there is no humidity. Theoretically, lunar dust should not be able to stick to any particular surface. Looking at the images from the Apollo missions, though, we have dozens of situations in which the lunar dust sticks everywhere. That happens most.
Only one astronaut's face visible in the entirety of Apollo footage. As photos use mannequins. Anyways, Stephen F., please stop making these claims. Like this, these are just outlandish claims. Because so far the stuff that you've sent me is just the people are just a bunch of liars. Like Alice is all lying. Apollo detectives are just liars. This American Moon guy's a liar. So it's like I just don't know. Anyways, so far NASA's winning, and that's why it's like just super sad. in my because I wanted it to be fake. Because Andrew Johnson's way off as well. So it's like, what is going on here? Anyways, that's why you got your boy MES.
Mostly on the astronauts' suits, with dust sticking not only to the lower part of their legs, but also to the arms, trunk, and even the backpacks. Often it's the astronauts themselves who notice the amount of dust that sticks to them.
I am covered from head to foot with dust. Yeah, we got some work to do here, boy. They're all dirty. You ought to see you back. I couldn't have gotten any dirtier than you.
From Houston Center, someone has noticed the problem as well.
Looks like you guys have been playing in a coal bin.
Dust inexplicably.
Another thing, but you're saying the photos of mannequins. Well, what about the videos? The videos are moving. Are they robots? Like, what is happening here?
Sticks to the surface of the cameras and their lenses, too. The astronauts often complain about this.
We haven't checked the dust on the lens on these cameras.
Sometimes the problem is so serious that they can't even read the settings.
So much dust on the camera, it's hard to read the settings.
Same problem for the television cameras used by the astronauts. In this case, we notice several speckles of dust that are stuck to the camera lens. Here instead, the entire lens is covered by dust. The lighter spots are the only areas of the lens.
Yeah, rotary motion is dust static. Yeah, there's on the moon there's a very high positive charge, so on the lid side. So it's all and it's like a lot of iron in it as well, so it's very electrostatic. And there's also an issue of like dust levitating on the moon.
Not covered by dust. Sometimes the astronauts realize this by themselves.
I think we need to dust the TV lens. It's pretty dusty.
In other cases, the request to clean the lens comes directly from the control center.
Yeah, so this American moon, again, he's a liar. He's saying that there's moisture, that they're not actually on the moon, that's why it's sticking on it. But it's like, if you look at the footage, it's all dry, everything's dry. And the astronauts don't speak as if it's all moist and whatnot. It's literally, it's all dry and weird environment there.
So before we leave this area, we want you to brush the LCRU and the TV camera lens.
These images, shot on Earth, show dust particles that stick to the lens.
The hypothesis is almost all the videos use actors, likely not the astronauts, and photos use mannequins to create a sense of scare. Displaying to 29,000. Okay, yeah, I know there's a hypothesis. That's not even a hypothesis. It's just like, there's just a imaginary claim. It's like, just what is the actual evidence? I just want something that I can take home. And instead, I learned a whole bunch of just engineering and science and so on. And interestingly, I was actually part of a... in my mining engineering, I was also part of a project that was trying to, for the mining, one of the mining courses. We were trying to make a automatic, like little tiny rover that collects dust, that can go through like terrain and so on. And I think NASA was like, it could be used in like mining facilities, but also NASA. And one of the guys in my project, it was like a super big NASA nerd, and he like did everything. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I'll see if I can find that footage later.
Lens because of humidity. Why does the same happen on the lens used by the astronauts, given that there is no humidity on the moon?
See, he's stuck with humidity. It's like you can make things stick without humidity.
Also, the gnomon. This color chart used by the astronauts simply refuses to stay clean.
The gnomon's pretty dirty, unfortunately, Joe. Just no way to keep that color chart clean with all this dust. Roger.
It's not just the astronauts' suits and instruments that get covered with dust. For example, look at the Lunar rover, with the frame and the engine protections fully covered with dust.
Yeah. So the good thing about this documentary though is that at least it compiles a lot of these footage and so on and like categorizes. That's pretty good. But then you just have to read between the lines. They're trying to mislead you. But besides that, yeah, there's a lot of dust sticking everywhere.
Or the fenders from the rover, with dust sticking on the inside of the wheels and on the outside as well. Some debunkers have suggested that all this dust may stick to objects because of some kind of electrostatic effect. But this explanation is not plausible for at least two reasons. First of all, we're talking about completely different materials from one another. The astronaut suits, the photo cameras, the surface of the Lunar rover, the lenses from the TV cameras. Secondly...
No, that's meaningless. It's just a static everywhere. You'll stick to everything.
NASA itself excludes this possibility when they explain that an electrostatic effect can possibly take place in the shadow areas of the moon, but in the
There are dust on the landing pads. Leonard, there could be, I don't know. But as they're landing, is probably pushing stuff off. So we'll see how that is.
areas hit by sunlight, this effect is instantly dissipated by the solar wind. From this NASA document, which documents NASA...
So this is where they're lying. Listen to what they're saying here.
I see the moon, but in the areas hit by sunlight, areas hit the possibility. When they explain this, secondly, NASA itself excludes this possibility when they explain that an electrostatic effect can possibly take place in the shadow areas of the moon. But in the areas hit by sunlight, this effect is instantly dissipated by the solar wind. From this NASA document, which studies the electrostatic charges on the surface of the moon, we can read, in the photoelectron-dominated daylight plasma region, the charge dissipates almost instantly in all cases. Thus, charging on the lunar day side is not an issue.
Okay,
Further,
this is where they're lying to you right here. So if you go back here, this is the triboelectric charging on the lunar surface, okay? So this is talking about right here, repeated wheel regolith contacts. But this slide was about the rover as it's driving over this. You're gonna have a triboelectric charging on both surfaces. Yeah, on both surfaces. This is talking about even on the daylight or on the other one. They're saying that this extra charge gets built up from that friction of this rolling on the ground. That dissipates from the just solar wind. Okay, they're talking about the triboelectric charging. And if you go to that same document, we'll go to that same document. See if I can find it. NASA. What is it called? Okay, I'm gonna go to my X thingy. So this is the guy messaging it. This one, James guy. Yeah, I was debunking this guy here. Anyways, talking about moon stuff. Okay, it's like always something. It's like it's like I show that that documentary is lying, and it brings up another claim. I'm like, yeah, okay, just admit that's lying. Email the guy, tell him why you're lying. Okay, go back to the thingy. Where did I put the electrostatic? Right here. Yeah, so I wrote. Yeah, this is a good Reddit one. I'll open up the Reddit's already there. Okay, and then I'll go up to this PDF right here. So here's what I wrote up here. Here is the NASA document. So this is the electrostatic environments of the moon and Mars, implications for human missions. And if you go, they tell you the charge. They go to the volt. See what the volt was. Okay, voltage starts. Okay, what did I? Current voltage. Let's see what I'll read this. I think I had it earlier. I'm gonna go right back to here. Large potentials. I go back here. Yeah, this is on which page? This is page 3. Okay, there's page 3. Yeah, so on page 3 of that document. Okay, yeah, page 3 of the document. Yeah, so electrostatic environment of the moon. So it tells you right here, daylight solar UV, X-rays, plus charge on surface photoelectric effect. So they're saying that on the positive lit side, there is a positive charge. On this is the same document that they're using to debunk charge. All right, it says there's a plus charge on surface photoelectric effect, and photoelectrons from this DV sheath of this tend to blah 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 from plasma. Current photoelectron and solar wind electron balance. So surface charges are about 5 to 10 volts. Okay, so 5 to 10 volts. So to give you an illustration, if you have a little battery, this typical batteries, this is 1.5 volts. So 10 times more charge than typical household batteries. And a household battery could power stuff. So 5 to 10 volts, and then now on the night side, plasma density is reduced in solar wind wake. Thus higher electron energies, dominant current. This is basically electrons, solar wind electrons, and then photoelectron Anyways, these are some more technical stuff. Let's see if we can dive into that maybe later. But anyways, surface charges on the night side is -50 to -200 volts. All right. So you grasp that, and so in other words, there is 5 to 10 volts. That's like 10x my 5 to 10x of typical this typical battery that I have here, small one. But a typical one's like 3 volts. So about like a regular AA battery is like 3 volts. Let's go over here, AA battery. AA battery. Let's see what the voltages are on this. And you can do a lot of stuff with a AA battery voltage. Let's just go to the image. Where's the volts? Okay. Let's say the volts. Yeah, okay, yeah, typically 1.5 volts. Yeah, so AA battery is typically 1.5. So we're doing 10x that charge on the moon. All right, on the lit side. What is the concept of wave reflection? Okay, Taco's on another level. Is there wind on question answer? Solar wind. Yeah, there's solar wind. Solar wind is just basically a bunch of like electrons or electromagnetic mumbo jumbo. Cubic horizons. All astronauts in footage are just the same few black operators that went there via advanced technology with advanced tech recorded footage. Yeah, but the thing is, the mainstream, you also have to account for all of the mainstream technicians and so on working on it, and also the footage that includes them talking to them in real time. Anyways, I'll show you that in a bit. So anyways, there's a 5 volts there, and that same moon documentary right here. They mentioned this. They take this quote out of context. In a photoelectron-dominated plasma region, the charge dissipates almost instantly. And this is about triboelectric charging. So we'll go right here. Triboelectric charging. What is this one? What is triboelectric? This is basically like shaking stuff. So basically, they were concerned that the rover wheel spinning on the ground will be similar to like rubbing a balloon on your head. All right. And then they said that basically they're saying on the lit side, on the sunlit, it's not an issue. So that's charging on a lunar day side is not an issue. That's this triboelectric charging is not an issue. And then on a lunar side though, if they were driving on there, they said surface potentials can reach -200 volts. So it's pretty much like putting in your power socket on your wall. A rover will be exposed to more energetic solar wind electrons into secondary. So. And then at higher speeds, both types of rovers would charge to -1K. No, I mean never mind. This isn't that tribo one. This is just the overall. So -200 volts on the lunar side. That's just the surface potentials. And then at the higher speeds, this is of this rover spinning. Both types of rover wheels would charge to -1K. Yeah, so basically 1,000 volts. So they're saying the triboelectric volts will get to 1,000, dissipating to equilibrium in 10 to 7 seconds, so very long time for. I think this is on the lunar side. I mean on the night side. Yeah, so these large potentials and long dissipation times will pose a hazard to astronauts and equipment during lunar missions. This is if they were driving on the shaded side, but on the sunlit side, the rover wheels on the ground isn't a big deal. So in other words, why doesn't this guy in the photoelectric dominated daylight plasma region, the charge dissipates almost instantly? This is just straight up lying. Like I don't understand. This guy's straight up lying to us. So basically, my view is even if the moon landing is fake, even if Stanley Kubrick filmed it all, this person should be exposed as a liar and a psychopath. Like just email him like, hey, why are you doing this? And also you also realize he covers up 9/11, so that is expected.
Dominated daylight plasma region, the charge dissipates almost instantly in all cases. Thus, charging on the lunar day side is not an issue.
It's like to make the video and then highlight that and ignore the fact that this is a NASA document that believes the moon landing, that also says there's literally charges on page 3 is 5 to 10 volts. It's 5 to 10 volts, literally like 10x of a normal battery. All right. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. So like this person should be exposed as a lying psychopath.
Furthermore, in some cases, more than dust, we seem to be looking at actual mud. Look, for example, at this wheel from the lunar rover. Or this other image from the wheel of the rover, with the rim that seems completely covered in mud. It's as if we were looking at a muddy wheel from an
It does not look like this. It just looks like just some stuck dirt on it. It does not look like this muddy thing.
All-terrain vehicle down on Earth. There's also another, even more puzzling example. This is a thermal degradation experiment conducted during the Apollo 14 mission. How could the sand have compacted itself enough to appear like mud in a moistureless environment?
It just looks like dry sand stuck together.
There is also another detail worth mentioning. These metal plates have a series of letters and numbers engraved on their surface. Subsequently, these letters and numbers have filled up with sand. But how can the sand preserve the shape of the number once dislodged from the original place where it was formed?
Again, that's because it's sticking to it. Likely electrostatic stuff. So, but also apparently this material is super sharp as well. And
here,
tiny.
for example, we can see the number 5, which is kept.
Rotary motions now. So Hollywood does seem to have advanced knowledge. You see it in the films like 9/11, Back to the Future, for sure.
Its shape even after being dislodged from the engraving. And here is the number 3, also keeping its shape after it was dislodged. How can the sand keep the original shape after having been dislodged from the engraving if we are truly in a moistureless environment? Possibly the biggest problem of all is
again, he's lying. It's just a footprint.
the one posed by the footprints that the astronauts allegedly left on the surface of the moon. Wherever they go, the astronauts leave very sharp footprints on the ground. But how is it possible for lunar dust to remain so hardly compacted, to the point of maintaining the shape of the boot, being that there is no atmosphere on the moon, and therefore there is no humidity? We know that in order to give sand a specific shape, it is necessary to wet it first. If the sand is dry, the sand grains won't stick to each other, and the shape will not be preserved. The debunkers, however, maintain that lunar dust, which is called regolith, is much sharper than the sand on Earth. For this reason, they argue, the simple pressure from the boot is enough to compact it, even in total absence of moisture. In order to prove that theory,
Yeah, but also that and the electrostatic stuff. So it's like combination of like super tiny, super sharp, and electrostatic, like super high charge everywhere, and a lot of iron in it as well. It just sticks to everything.
Mythbusters have asked NASA for an exact replica of the moon boot.
The advanced tech hypothesis just makes so much sense to me personally. I can't fake it anymore. Yeah, no, definitely advanced tech. The thing is, advanced tech makes things easier. Like they could probably like even follow so even if all the footage is real, they can just have some sort of like advanced tech just like cloaking itself. Is there any Earth recreation of these regolith effects on Earth? Well, there's a full like industry of regolith. You could order some. They probably do some electrostatic stuff there, but I don't see anything public. But I'll get to that in a bit. I just want to continue with this guy. Again, it's like it's just so much lying in here.
And for a certain amount of a special dust prepared by NASA, which has very similar characteristics to lunar dust.
So for this test, NASA has given us a lunar regolith simulant.
It's manufactured to test equipment that is going to the moon. It's very similar to lunar dust in the fact that each particle is very sharp. Dirt on Earth has been weathered, so it's very smooth. So this is as close to lunar dust as we can get.
And I may buy it too. If you guys donate, I'll buy it online right as we speak. If somebody wants to chip in. Actually, before I had a train of thought here about the advanced tech side. Advanced tech thing makes things easier. So in other words, all the footage, everyone could be all thinking it's all real and so on. But then there's some cloaked UFO using some tractor beam to ensure that the thingy doesn't go off course and so on, that nobody sees. So because. It's basically the actual faking of like hundreds of thousands of like evidence footage, audio, and all that it's literally harder than just going to the moon. Okay, yeah, but again, you're saying imagery is fake. I have not seen a single. I've not seen like literally just one thingy that I can claim as irrefutable fakery, and there's just so much just footage that's like what every single one. So again, to me, the footage so far is as real as the Hutchinson effect footage. There's just footage is itself. Anyways, but also about the advanced tech side, almost none of these guys talk about advanced tech. I would assume like this guy here covers up 9/11. Why doesn't he talk about? It's the guy who makes the documentary. Why don't they like talk about first advanced tech exists? Okay, and now we'll talk about the moon landing being fake, as opposed to it's fake CGI and ignore the advanced tech elephant in the room. And also here, St. Davis, what's up, man in chat? Never forget 9/11, Moonchild heard here first. Let's go. Hey guys, and we're on X as well. So let's keep playing this.
One kind of dust that Paolo Attivissimo is also very familiar with.
Questo è un campione, è un simulante, si chiama, un simulante di regolite, che è la polvere di...
So this is another part. This is like big evidence for moon landing being real. It's like there's an entire industry that produces simulant regolith, just the simulant dust to simulate the moon environment and Mars environment and other so on. So it's like, are they just all faking it for no reason? Like, what are they doing? Like, where are they getting these numbers from? There's some sort of advanced super AI, human intelligence, superhuman intelligence that's just getting all these numbers and figures and somehow matching it to every single university, and so on.
Luna sintetica che si usa per collaudare I veicoli che poi torneranno sulla Luna.
The Mythbusters have conducted their experiment in a vacuum chamber, in the total absence of moisture, thus replicating the same conditions found on the moon.
The rig is ready to take its...
It's not the same. It's similar, not the same. Because they got to also put a big charge on it. That's one thing I want to try.
one-legged step, and the vacuum chamber has been...
Okay, X is on. Rotary motion's on X. Let's go. Let's go. First comment. Okay, yeah, so rotary motion, guys. Rotary matrix. So rotary is that a new? I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a matrix at the end. I thought it was just rotary motion. Okay, so rotary motion changed to rotary matrix. What's going on here?
Vacuumed.
Boot stop, vacuum. Here we go. In 3, 2.
We notice that the Mythbusters have even added some counterweights to their device in order to simulate the exact weight of the astronaut's foot on the lunar soil.
1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this weight's doing it. Let's see what it's doing.
Yeah!
No, I think that, yeah, it could have been used for that, but I'm not sure. I got to see that. They didn't mention it. But anyways, you got to realize Mythbusters just did a random, like, just step on, like, this tiny bit of dust. And again, the footprint's there, so it's like, what more do you need?
Yeah! Take that! Yeah!
Look at that. We made a footprint inside of a vacuum.
And there was no water vapor, which is what this conspiracy theory is all about.
In your face, conspiracy theorists.
The Mythbusters
Anyways, and then there's mocking conspiracy realists. But again, so documentaries like this are like one of the biggest reasons why nobody takes us seriously. That's why your boy MES is a step ahead.
very eager to celebrate. But in reality, they have not succeeded at all in replicating the original footprints by the astronauts. Just look at how solid and squared the little bars of sand that have formed under the astronauts' boot are. They are almost perfect geometric solids, with sharp edges and well-defined contours. These sandbars are so solid and compacted that they even retain their shape after they are broken in pieces. It's as if we were looking at a clay model that is later dried up in the sun.
All right. So it's like, yeah, but at the same time, you see footage of them walking, and dust is splatting, it's like flying around. So it's like, are the videos, somehow the videos, the dust flying, but it's moist? Good evening, let's go. I'm not sure about the vacuum chambers. Which vacuum chambers? Okay, 9/11 revisionist is in the house, guys. Good evening, all. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're on time whenever you're here.
It is clear that we are looking at a very different result from the one obtained by the Mythbusters in the vacuum chamber. If we were to break apart or even just try to move one of these sandbars, they would certainly not remain compacted, nor would they retain their shape. In conclusion, the Mythbusters, with their experiment, have proven the exact opposite of what they intended to prove. In absence of humidity, it's absolutely impossible to replicate the astronauts' footprints.
Again, this American Moon documentary is just straight up lying. As we for those just joining, Ron Muckles in the house. Let's go. And also 9/11 revisionist. I'm going over this American Moon documentary, which is a bunch of liars lying about and lying. So again, and as I explained earlier.
Question. Given that there is no moisture on the moon and that the solar wind dissipates electrostatic charges almost instantly.
Again, he's literally straight up lying about this. Again, and he lies in the conclusion as well. And he uses that same document which says 5 to 10 volts of charge. And then he again, for those in the audience just showing up, and so that documentary is literally lying. and then uses the misquotes this statement. Photoelectron dominated daylight plasma region. The charge dissipates almost instantly. This is talking about triboelectric charging, which would typically go to like negative 1 kilovolts in the south side. I would assume 1,000 volts, but then it dissipates really quickly. And this is just from the wheels, basically friction for the wheels and the surface. And the person's straight up lying. It's ridiculous.
Can you explain why the lunar dust sticks to all kinds of materials, from the astronaut suits to the photo cameras, from the rover surfaces to the TV camera lenses? Can you explain how the rover's wheels can gather so much thick dirt on them as to look like they're covered in mud? Can you explain how the lunar dust can stick together to such an extent, even preserving the shape of the numbers after they were moved from the engravings in which they had formed? Given that the Mythbusters have replicated the lunar conditions under
again, but minus the static conditions, and also this is just like a thin amount of Regolith stimulant, and just like a one footprint. This one could be stepping on it for longer, and so on.
Vacuum and with the sand simulant, can you explain why they were unable to reproduce the astronauts' footprints from the original photos?
They weren't trying to. They just made a footprint because that's a lot of people say you can't make footprints. Anyways, and then the steel wires one is just again I think I haven't looked at it too much, but it's just absolute nonsense. All right, so and then I'm gonna go over this debunking one. Go back to this the Mythbusters one. So this one has he summarized what I just told here as well. So given that Mythbusters have replicated the lunar conditions. Okay, yeah, I'll read this all the way here. So given that this is that guy's claim, given that these are actually where's the moon? Where did it? Okay, yeah. Given that the Mythbusters has replicated the lunar conditions under vacuum and with the sand simulant, can you explain why they weren't able to reproduce astronauts' footprints from the original photos? They didn't replicate the electrostatic conditions on the moon's surface, which increase the stickiness of the dust there. Also, lunar regolith stimulants are at best approximations. Different stimulants have different properties, but no single stimulant has all of the properties of lunar dust. According to this paper, they are extremely difficult to make in bulk and with uniform properties. The products have not been satisfactory in many cases. A stimulant made for one purpose may be entirely unsatisfactory for another. And also, there's issues with astronauts like actually breathing in that lunar dust, and they had like respiratory issues. So this paper looked at the flowability of NASA's currently used stimulant JSC-1A. The flowability gives an implication of how likely the material is to flow rather than to cohere in a solid shape. It is found that flowability measurements show marked differences depending on the material, preparation, or history. The researchers could not say with any confidence that the stimulant had the same flow properties as lunar dust due to the fact that it's impossible to know the precise compaction of history of lunar regolith. And before that, the stickiness part right here. So he says right here, given that there's no moisture on the moon and that the solar wind dissipates electrostatic charges almost instantly, can you explain why the lunar dust sticks to all kinds of materials, from the astronaut suits to the photo cameras, from the rover's surfaces to the TV camera lenses? The solar wind does not dissipate all electrostatic charge. The filmmakers have either misunderstood or deliberately misrepresented. I believe they deliberately misrepresented. I think they're straight up lying. There's no way anyone could read that document and come back with a statement that there's no charge on the moon. This is straight up lying to their face. So, filmmakers have the filmmakers have deliberately misinterpreted the research in the document they refer to. The document titled "The Electrostatic Environments of the Moon and Mars" appears to be a slide presentation dating from 2016, based on a paper of the same name from 2011. The slide highlighted in the documentary is about triboelectric charging, basically rubbing stuff together like a balloon on your head, but they were talking about the rover spinning wheels on the ground. It is an electrostatic buildup caused by rubbing different materials together. The quote used in the documentary that the charge dissipates almost instantly in all cases is specifically referring to a triboelectric charge, such as would build up through contact between the wheels of a lunar rover and the lunar regolith. The phrase does not refer to all electrostatic charges on the moon. This is clear from slide 3 of the presentation, which states that the daylight side of the moon would be charged to around 510 volts by the solar wind, and that the night side would be charged to around negative 50 to negative 200 volts. In fact, the 2011 paper on which a slide presentation is based on states in its abstract that dust covering the surface of the moon is expected to be electrostatically charged due to the solar wind, cosmic rays. Yeah, so this is they also have a paper as well on it that the slide is based on. Electrostatically charged due to the solar wind, cosmic rays, and solar radiation itself through the photoelectric effect. Electrically charged dust has a large tendency to adhere to surfaces. And let's go back here. I think there's a paper right here. evaluations. Where's the full PDF? Whoops. Why does it just redirect here? I just want to get the full PDF there. Oh, it is here. Adhere. Which one is this? Where did it open up to? Evaluations. Oh yeah, this is electrostatic adhere. Yeah, so in their abstract, that same, the paper that the slide is based on, electrostatically charged dust has a large tendency to adhere to surfaces. So it's like, I don't understand. Why is it so hard to just do, like, why is the guy making an entire documentary hiding this from people? Like it's like, or, yes, it's like, if this is, and the thing is, if this is not true, why don't they just do an experiment and demonstrate that? But instead they just lie and lie. So it's like an absolute disgrace to humanity, this American moon one. So a lot of people say, why is NASA always lying? Well, why is this guy right here lying to our face? Why is Masumo Masusukuko lying to our face? Like, he should be literally in jail for treason. And so on, in my humble opinion. Or just be exposed. Like, why did people just expose it? Why do I have to expose it? That's the first time I ever looked at the moon landing stuff, like, with a critical eye. And all I've seen is just the mainstream debunker, I mean the mainstream conspiracy people just straight up lying. It's like the lying is just so ridiculous. Anyways, so that's right here. Is it possible to demonstrate the effect on Earth, or are we reliant on NASA? No, we could demonstrate it. What I'm saying is, this person making a full documentary can go demonstrate it instead of lying about it. Like, he doesn't even, just ignores it. So yeah, we can demonstrate anything. You could go get some electrostatic stuff. What I want to do is maybe with a Tesla coil, just put some dust near it. But stuff sticks. It's like dust can stick everywhere. I have iron filings, and they stick to everything. Put in a vacuum, they'll still stick in a vacuum. So it doesn't even need to be electrostatic. Just the very nature of stuff can stick. But again, these stuff can be replicated. What I'm trying to say is, why isn't nobody else replicating it? It's very, and the thing is, you also have to say, okay, you have to also say, oh, all these papers are just faking it and so on. But these are actual papers, and they also have images and so on. And then they analyze this very, very closely. And again, I've worked with similar stuff in the university setting. Okay? It's not easy to fake everything. And again, it's like a lot of these people are just like random people that have just no-name people, and like not associated with NASA in any way. They're doing because they get the simulants all over the world. Get it? You can order some too. I'll order some if I get donations. I'll order them, and I'll test it out here. And the thing is, if you have some, and there's a test right here, photo after dust removal. Okay, this is a photographs of transparent EDS on glass, and this after dust removal, it just sticks everywhere. And again, when it's super small, stuff sticks. This is some paper on here, sticking to it. Also, if you go to Wikipedia, they talk about sticking and so on. Okay, so that was that part. And I also keep going here. Yeah, this one here. So, in fact, the 2011 paper on which the slide presentation is based on. What about Richard Hall's investigation and special slide special? I saw that. No, I already mentioned this several times. I don't know why I'm repeating it. I've seen that. And I was actually gonna get him on the show. That was the forgot his name, but he was he's the lie detector. He's the statement analysis guy. He's really good. But the thing is, what he detected was deception, but not necessarily that they faked like going to the moon. But he's saying that they're lying about something. Yeah, the guy was pro moon detected. Yeah, moon landing. But he still says he was skeptical after, but he still believes they went on there. If you look at it closely, like I saw the whole thing, and so the person says that the astronauts are being deceptive, but they likely did go to the moon, even from their words, but that's parts of it they weren't telling the full truth about it. And he also said I wanted to get him on, but I realized he died recently. Peter Hyatt, yeah, Peter Hyatt. So this is Peter Hyatt. So you go to Peter Hyatt. He's on his statement analysis. 1 million views, holy, from the statement analysis. This is Peter Hyatt right here. This is the moon landing one. I don't think he put the moon landing right here. Yeah, but this is Peter Hyatt one. I wanted to get him on the show, but he passed away recently. And again, this is, it's not an exact science, but it does give you clues to investigate further. And you can see some stuff there. But again, you have to realize the astronauts, almost all of them are Freemasons, so they're obviously lying about something. So what were they actually doing on the moon? But the thing is, they definitely did go there, according to the I wouldn't even say definitely did get. I just have not seen anything that would say that the footage is not real. Like I literally don't know where they are, but the footage is real. Footage is not in a studio. It's not in some sort of makeshift laboratory. It's in a real area. Can we recognize Neil Armstrong in any moon footage or any other crew members? But again, that's something for later. But they do talk in it, so that's the thing. So can they hear their voice? Are they really there? But and again, there's like dozens of hours of like listen to them talking. Okay, anyways, going further. So as to why this dust sticks to all materials, this is how electrostatically charged dust behaves. That is true, but also just very small, sharp stuff will stick. Like iron filings stick to everything. It's annoying AF. Can you explain how the rover's wheels can gather so much thick dirt on them as to look like they're covered in mud? Probably a combination of the fact that the lunar dust is electrostatic, making it adhesive, and that the grains are sharp and irregularly shaped, increasing its adhesiveness. According to NASA scientist David McKay, it's like Velcro. Can you explain how the lunar dust can stick together to such an extent, even preserving the shape of the numbers after they were moved from the engravings in which they were formed? Because it's adhesive. Yeah, so it's adhesive. Was that the numbers adhesive? But it's also, the thing is just sticks to everything. Okay, so that's that part. And again, like this is the first claim I went out. Oh, okay, think about it this way: the first claim I was sent to from this documentary is the first one I looked at, and it's the first one I concluded the person who made this documentary is a liar. So think about that. Yeah, he's covering Metal McCann right now. Talking to Deceptive from YouTube and on X, I could ask him to show if you wish. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that could be something. But also, and only one astronaut's visible. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Anyways, I haven't looked at the faces and so on. I just try to go through one statement at a time and then see what happens. So, anyways, let's go to Regolith. I'm gonna open up this up. But yeah, if you have anyone that could be on the show, let them know. And so this week I'm actually getting some random guy on. So this Saturday is gonna be, we're gonna do a deep dive from this random guy, Chris Infocrypt, messaged me on Telegram. So we're gonna do on biodigital convergence. So I've never talked to this guy before, so it's gonna be quite interesting. He seemed like a knowledgeable person on biotechnical mumbo jumbo. Basically biology and technology merging. So anyways, and also in the next week is going to be the French 9/11 lady, Jean Traduction or whatever. So she'll be on the show next week, and then June 7th. June 7th, very likely, that's going to be Dr. Charles Hoff and possibly Dr. Steven Malthus. Dr. Charles Hoff is this guy right here. Sorry, this guy. This is Norman. Norman pointed this out. Let's go to Gage Johnson. Yeah. So this was the Zoom call that Andrew Johnson was on the Elsa show or whatever. And there's Richard Gage when Andrew Johnson called out Richard Gage, and this guy, this doctor on top right there, that's Charles Hoff. So I'll open up a bit bigger. That's the... Yeah, I'll go right here. Yeah, this is the first Zoom call. Yeah, so there's this. Dr. Charles Hoff. So I met him at the Freedom Rally on Saturday. So he'll be on the show either June... Yeah, likely June 7th. So I'll ask him about this as well, how he was involved in this. And apparently Rainer Fielmich, like 3 days after getting Andrew Johnson on the show talking about 9/11, that's when he gets arrested and so on. Jahar White, I think, is good for an Apollo skeptic. Jahar White, is that the... Is Jahar White the guy who I think it is? Again, my view is everyone's a disappointment until they get 9/11 right. So that's my take on this. So Jahar White, okay, interesting, skeptic, but also again, we got to be very, very careful on peeps, and the way I do it is 9/11. So you get 9/11 right. Monsters of 9/11. Okay, so okay, at least you got the cult references there to it. Tribute. As I said last year, there have been much debate over what jet fuel or explosives, but either way, okay, so it doesn't. Heroes Next Door. He puts the same description in there. Anyways, let's go to do. Oh, come on, Judy Wood. All right, so anyways, it could be interesting, skeptic. But again, I just want one evidence. I just want one piece of evidence so I can take it home. So far, I made a playlist moon landing playlist. So far, I just put in these ones where I was doing debunking. I also put this right here. I'll put more of his videos in there. Again, I have not seen a single thingy that he's put that was like significantly bad. Some of them he's just a bit lazy, but nonetheless. Okay, so anyways, so Regolith. So we'll go over Regolith, and then I do want to buy it right here. So I'll put the links right here that I have opened up. Regolith stimulants. Okay, this one right here. He's otherwise a normal. Yeah, so that's the thing. We gotta get the big one is 911. It's the one where it's like there's a difference between like you can see the difference between moon landing, flat Earth, and 911 is that the actual truth is never allowed to be talked about for 911. So you get censored, your stuff gets demonetized, and that's even just on the control of this. And even if you say it's explosives, you get censored, unless you're Richard Gage for some reason. And also Wikipedia doesn't talk about it properly. Like it doesn't even they removes if you mention Judy Wood, they remove it. Versus moon landing, it's like it's free for all. Moon landing, flat Earth, yeah, anyone can say anything, and the reason is because they're all just psyops. All right, so here's the products right here. No faces whatsoever on lunar surface photos, not a single face. Well, they're on the surface. Why would they show their face? I don't understand. They're in a suit. So anyways, all simulants. So this one right here, if you guys want to help me fund this operation, I'll buy this, put it in a vacuum, and then put a static charge, and possibly I'll put it near my my Tesla coil and see what happens. So lunar simulants. I do want to buy. So this one, they're pretty expensive. Here's a high fidelity regular stimulus, $62 for this one per kilogram. So that's pretty good. At 1 kilo, $62. Okay, that's not too bad. So how much? That's like 2.7 pounds. It's like protein powder. Okay, so if you guys want, this is a high fidelity. Anyways, it looks like this material. So again, there's an entire industry on this. You can see faces on the videos, not on the stills. Interesting. Yeah, but stills, yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize you could see faces. I haven't looked at much of that. But anyways, so if you guys want to fund this operation, I'll order some right now. We can order this right here. This is 62 US. Let's go add to cart. Add to quote. Let's see, add to cart. Let's see how much this will cost. You're acknowledging your customs will be contacted. The customs are going to be contacting me. All right. Okay, so $62 checkout. Let's see how much this will cost. So guys, if you guys want to send this over, and then a discount code if you have any discount codes, and let's see, PayPal. So if somebody donates, donate, and I'll do this MES.fm or do super chat. Or do better. Oh, there's a link. Actually, it doesn't do a link properly. I'll go to right here. So guys, if you guys donate, and then we'll fund the operation. So whoever wants to donate, let me know. And if you donate, send me an email, send me a message that you donated, and I'll buy this. Again, I just don't want to waste my money on this. I have Tesla coil stuff to do. Okay, and start your fund off. Okay, guys, we have 5 euros or whatever this is. Okay, this is how do I? Was that 5 pounds? 5 pounds to USD. Alright guys, it's about $60.69. Okay guys, a few more donations, I'll buy this. I'll put this on the back burner. If I get at least half of it, if I get half of it, I'll order. I'll pay the rest of the other half. Alright. Alright guys, fund the operation. Sterling. What in the world does that mean? 5 sterling to USD. Yeah, that is pound. Okay, that's the same thing. Alright guys. So if I get half, I'll buy it, and so on. And there's another thing. Actually, someone was asking. I think Taka was asking something earlier. I think it's opened. It was in the thingy. Okay. There's a question about waves and so on, but again, it's gone. I don't know where it is. Something about wave. Someone it was a technical question. Okay, this one here. What is the concept of wave reflection? What in the world? Isn't it just reflection of waves? I don't understand. I don't understand what this is. I'm gonna go instead of asking. I'm gonna go back to Inleo. I'm gonna use the. This is on the Hive blockchain, guys. What is concept of wave reflection? Okay, I'll ask this. See what happens. Okay, and see what happens here until it refreshes. Okay. Anyways, I'll ask Grok as well. And if he has other questions and concerns, and I'll go over some. Oh, there's a few more stuff here. What is concept of wave reflection? I think one show would be possibly get Andrew Johnson on the show. The deception results of the interview could mean that the crew knew about the landing, but by the Black Ops people they asked to line interview. Yeah, or they were doing some other stuff on the moon. They're trying to find the lost ark or something on the moon. Alright. Or yeah. Wave reflection is a phenomenon such a wave as light, sound, or water encounters boundary. Okay, that's just wave reflection. Like I don't understand what you're doing here. I'll say see if the in Leo responds here. Okay, what is wave reflection concept? Okay, Barry, I'm gonna send this in Leo AI. Once a month is okay. Epic stuff. Okay, guys, if I get $6, I'll put that in the fund. If I get half, I'll order the full thing. Is again, then it's gonna convert to Canadian. So that's like over $100 Canadian. Just for a kilo of moon dust. Here is Leo AI answer about wave reflection. Anyways, guys, I'll try to use as much Hive as possible as opposed to those other nonsense like Grok AI, because this gets all fed into public open blockchains that's saved forever, and you can see it's timestamp and when it was. Okay, and there's this stuff right here. Anyways, I'll close this up. Okay, so again, it's 62 USD. If it's a testicle related stuff, I'll buy it. But yeah, $87 Canadian. So if I get a few more, I'll buy it. Maybe for another time. Yeah, but anyways, rotary matrix, epic stuff. Thanks for that. Okay, so let's go read over Regolith. So Regolith is a blanket of unconsolidated, loose, heterogeneous, superficial deposits covering solid rock. Covering solid. It includes dust, broken rocks, and other related materials, and present on Earth, the Moon, Mars, and some asteroids and other terrestrial planets. So basically, if you have rocks and then like just start using a hammer and break it apart, that's pretty much what you have. There's some other stuff right here on it. Okay, so regular. So that was regular. That was just normal lunar regolith. Let's go to the lunar regolith. Lunar regolith is an unconsolidated material found in the surface of the moon and in the moon's tenacious atmosphere, sometimes referred to as lunar soil. Lunar soil specifically refers to the component of regolith smaller than 1 cm. It differs substantially in properties from terrestrial soil. So here's a photo of it, and again, it's like the mainstream debunker guy saying, "Hey, look, it's clay and so on." But this is literally broadcast live, like on Wikipedia, showing the first thing that shows here. You can literally just see this one of the most famous photos, and it's like they're not hiding anything. Is what I'm trying to say. Versus the 9/11, they literally hide Judy Wood. They hide like the fact that towers are literally tiny. I mean, like the towers literally, the rubble pile is literally tiny and like disappeared. Like you won't even have that question anywhere, like in any. Yeah, you need to like dig through just to find that question. So again, very opposite. Okay, so that's, and again, this looks all dry. So it's saying this is all moist and so on, while the lunar rover is like flying dust all around. You can't have both things happening at the same time. Anyways. Okay, so it's picked up there, and I want to go over it here. The fine lunar regolith is made of sharp and very adhesive particles with a distinct gunpowder taste and smell. Lunar regolith is prospected as lunar resource, particular from lunar in situ, and there was also some static. Let's see some static stuff. So. Okay, giving rise to dust atmosphere. There's also levitation on it as well. Let's see what's some other stuff here. This is just there's also this electrostatic levitation. So they're also saying that NASA's also saying that some of the dust is levitating on the moon as well. So it's like you also have to be like, all right, so then this claim here, why would they even include this if it's just moist, whatever, and so on. I'm gonna go to static. Oh yeah, this one's an interesting one here as well. From when the Apollo astronauts brought back 360 kilos. So they brought back 360 kilos of dust that, again, that isn't normally found on Earth. Yeah, so it's basically, where did it just go? 300 brought back. Yeah. So the Apollo astronauts brought back. Okay, I hate how it just moves away from my screen. Okay, the Apollo astronauts, and it again moves away. The Apollo astronauts brought back over 360 kilos, 790 pounds, so almost a ton of just lunar rocks from 6 landing sites. Although this material has been isolated in vacuum-packed tube back bottles, it is now unusable for detailed chemical or mechanical analysis. The gritty materials deteriorated. The knife-edge indium seals of the vacuum bottles, the air has slowly leaked in. Every sample brought back has been contaminated by Earth's air. So basically, it was able to break through the bottles, and it was super sharp. It was like, it broke the seals, and then all the atmosphere got in, and it also got rust and so on. So again, you have to be like, basically say every single paper on this is just part of the psyop somehow. So again, they had some sort of advanced AI making up all these stories, if you believe that these are all fake. I want to go over to this. There's some more lunar regoliths. So here's another part about the faking everything. Here's 11 hours with a bunch of text, a bunch of audio, a bunch of stuff here. So there's 11 hours of Apollo 16. This is 1972, so we're not even talking about 1969 anymore. So they did all these missions. And now we're talking, so they landed on, a person landed on 69, but before that they flew to it. Anyways, so let's see some footage. So basically this entire broadcast, you have to say it's fake. So here's them on the moon doing like basic stuff. And then again, a lot of it is just like boring, doing nothing. So like, I'm just trying to say from my, like, how in the world are you, would they be faking all this? This is, see, this is 1080p, better text. Okay, and you can see each crewman must remain motionless 10 seconds before. So there's notes here. So all of the technical guys working on this is just, what are they doing? And you'll see full panoramas as well. I'll go this 16x speed. So I may actually upload one here, 16x speed, and then basically saying here, like, which part of this is all fake? Like, right, and this is just one of the day 6. This is day 6, 11 hours, and they're on there walking around in their stuff here. And you can see zoom in and out. And apparently this camera is being controlled by Earth. So it was actually using radio communication just to control it while they're doing stuff. So they're doing a bunch of stuff on the ground. And then this all gets documented and put in papers analyzing whatever environment they're doing. All right, and so some people show like there's little clips of them falling and so on. Yeah, but there's like hundreds of hours. There's like hundreds of hours of just this. All right. So what I'm trying to get at is faking all this and then all the text as well. So all the assistants, they just somehow added this. For what reason? And here is bending over, looking at. I have a 16x speed. So 16x speed and no instance or like no obvious fakery. And then he zooms out, pans around. There's no studio. So what are they doing? There's the stuff right here. Zooms in. You can see stuff. There's actually a real environment. Their hidden cuts not continual. Yeah, they could be cutting and moving all other stuff. But I'm just trying to say this is all 11 hours of a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is 11 hours. I don't care. There's 5 cuts, 100 cuts. This is 11 hours. And here's a full panorama. All right, so it's like so you're saying that every single time they go panorama, they cut. They have to go reassemble the entire thingy. So they need. So basically, they need like $1 trillion worth of movie setup here. Like for what reason? For what reason is this? You need to speed up the footage up 1.3x. This is 16x speed. I'm trying to say 16x speed. I don't see any instance of fakery. 1.3. This is 16x speed. I'm not watching 11 hours at 1.3x speed. Okay. So basically, they're doing a bunch of stuff here. And are they talking as well? No, I think I muted. And they're talking as well. So they're all talking as well the entire time. And then they cut out they show you the plans. So then the thing is, well, okay, this is just a fake plan they made. Like, what are they doing here? This is similar to like Hudson effect. There's like a Jack Hawk report. So what? Jack Hawk did nothing if Hudson effect is fake. So it's like it's just very, very hard.
We're now some 4 hours 3 minutes into this extravehicular activity.
And they show you the map of where they are, and it's all detailed.
Get a decision on possibilities of conducting a third period of extravehicular activity. Our situation with that.
There we go.
Yeah, this one's an animation. I think this was an actual animation.
Halfway, and we're now en route to.
And the reason they do this animation, it was filmed with slow motion. Yeah, pause. Yeah, okay, so that's another. It was a slow mo. I think it was a different frame rate. Yeah, so possibly. But yeah. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I'm doing 16x speed. What are the technical details and so on. Again, that's another part here. So it's filmed in slow motion. So it's like, they do all. Why are they filming slow motion if it's fake? So this one's an actual CGI that I think this person put it in here, because when they're driving the rover, they don't have access to the live feed. Once they stop, then that's when this aims to the Earth. Sounds recorded separately. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm just saying it's all in sync with everything. Okay. It's like I'm trying to say there's 11 hours of footage, audio, and everything, all in sync. So somehow getting it all together is recorded separately. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, if it's recorded separately, but again, it's separately at the same time though. And this is just the guy put a rover right here illustrating where they're going, and then he'll get the film back in. So they're also talking when there's no footage, and then once they get on there. This guy added the animation. I don't want to get back to where it is. It's pretty cool animation. Okay. And when did they land? So they go drive for 2 hours. There's all this talking. So I'm trying to say is the screenplay, like if it's fake, how are you doing all this? How are they doing all this? It's like I don't. What I'm trying to say is, I've done papers, and they're not easy. Even so, to fake a paper, all right. To fake one is hard. To fake infinite is impossible. That's just straight up impossible. It's like, and there it is. Okay, now you landed at a different site. Let's go fast forward. 16x speed. So zoom out, zoom in, and then panorama zooms in, clear rock or something. Goes out. All right, it does almost a full 360. Goes back. Where is the studio? All right. And they're there doing stuff. So what I'm trying to say is they're actually doing like a scientific research on here for some random reason. So they're not just doing it for show. Because half the time not even filmed. Let's see what this guy's doing here. I'll go back to this rock moving. Pretty interesting. Okay, there's the there's and literally levitated. So that's that literally levitated. Okay, that's straight up anti-gravity. I mean low gravity. Like it's literally flying there. All right, let's go 1.3x speed. He said it's slow. Oh no, he said they filmed in slow motion. What do you mean they filmed in slow motion? Okay, it's still levitating. I'm not sure what to do. Is this a claim that they filmed in slow motion, or what is the actual, like? I'm just saying, what is the actual footage rate at filmed? I don't care what the conspiracy claim is. I'm saying, what is the actual thingy? Because it's so far. Again, this is 11 hours. So if there's anything like this that shows that every second of this is fake, but not a single thingy is there. Anyways, so that's this part. And again, a few more donations I'll order this, guys. I do want to get this though. Discount code. Let's see if I can get discount code. Or actually, let's see if I can find it somewhere cheaper online, maybe, or eBay. No, actually, discount code. I do want to get some Regolith. So that would be sweet. Apply the code Space Out. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, only in Amazon. Oh, they have a Amazon thingy. Interesting. They have an Amazon account. Apply. 62.97 becomes 63.05. It increased by 8 cents. What? Prices for these have changed. I put the discount and it increased by 8 cents. Like, what is kind of nonsense is this? What is this? Oh, it's invalid. They just updated the price. Okay, I think Trump made a tariff on all Regolith exports or something. Go to Amazon. Okay, let's see the space. Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Let's go here. Amazon would probably be cheaper. Or Regolith. Okay, the moon dust. Okay, this is pretty cheap. No, shop on Amazon.ca. .ca is cheaper. Okay, they don't have Amazon.ca there. Regolith. Officially, they filmed at 24 frames per... No, but yeah, but I'm talking about that for video. Is that video real time? Normal speed is just normal. Because again, the film, in reality, again, I don't like how you keep claiming with 100% certainty that it's fake, but not provide a single piece of evidence. Like, just please provide evidence. I literally don't care if it's real or fake. I want it to be fake. It'll make things easier. But now it's like when I tell people 9/11 was a psyop. The moon was just a money-wasting psyop, but actually they slowed it down to 24% combined with wire work. If you think this is ridiculous, this is how the lunar surface is filmed in movies. Anyways, show me 11 hours of movies that has that amount of footage. Show me 11 hours of movies like this that is in any way like this. Anyways, that footage, so far, I don't see anything reason why it's fake. A movie does not have anything similar to this in any way. It's like they can have similar for like a few seconds, but not exact, not 100% exact, and also not 11 hours. Okay, I do want to order this. Why can't I order this? My goodness. Play it back at 1.3 for evidence of what they were doing with your own eyes. I'm looking at, I literally saw it. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know if you're serious or not. Like, are we looking at the same stuff? It's just a bunch of, it's literally, we'll go to that dust here flying around. The dust was literally levitating. What's that? Where did it go, levitating dust? I think it was somewhere here. I want to go back to the dust was literally levitating. Okay. Like, here's 1.3x speed. Here's 1.3. It's still, he's still hovering. Replicated dust to sell? Yeah, I want to buy that replicated, yeah, you can buy it, but it also does like entire like facilities like with like that replicate the moon. Just a small portion of it, just for the rover to ride on. So here's 1.3x speed. He's literally hovering. So he's literally hovering. So you're saying there's wire work, but there's no actual wire anywhere.
Tony, on this friable rock,
Wouldn't talcum powder be same microns? Possibly. Again. I want to go to that dust part. The dust one seemed really convincing. Okay, here's some dust here.
no problem.
So here's 1.3x speed.
You're a little bit late on this.
He's moving,
And so get back
let's
in
see,
time. We might be a little
pretty
late.
comfortably for someone in a giant suit.
Okay. We understand. Right. We're going to shorten the EVA by about 8 minutes is all.
Okay, just putting dust in.
8 minutes? We'll settle for that.
The wire work leads to the whole rover. There's no wires anywhere. Okay? Like everyone's just saying wires and so on.
And that sample's going into bag 11, Tony. Okay, bag 11.
Okay.
And here, Tony, I don't...
So basically he's saying that there's 11 hours of wire work in this one, but where's the wires? So, and then how do you do 11 hours of wires there? Let's go behind the scenes. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my playlist there. I like this one. I'm gonna just add everything to the playlist. Save to the playlist. Anything I think is good. I like this one. The wires can be super thin, and there's some evidence of wire flashing in the footage. We'll need to source. There's 11 hours. I need 11 hours of wires. I one little thingy that shows a little flicker, which likely wouldn't even show anything. Because there was the American moon one shows it. Wires lead to a particular center of gravity. It's like, anyways. So one thing is, even if there's, let's say there's a wire, right? On one footage, on like 1 second of it. And the question is, it's like, all right, let's say you irrefutably prove that there was one wire out of 100 hours. All right, so that 1 second is fake. Why was it fake for some reason? What about the rest? Is what I'm trying to say. We can't just brush off anything. Is that a wire? Nope, that's not a wire. That's just this thingy on there. Let's see. So here's 1.3x speed. He's hopping, and he is levitating a bit. So this one, this is not, and that's like a 200-pound backpack. There's no way anyone is moving this fast. There's no way anyone's moving this fast on Earth. Okay, like this. If that's a real spacesuit, this is literally on the moon. I don't care what you're saying. This is on the moon. This is not on Earth with a like 200-pound weight of spacesuit. Let's go to asteroid here. Okay. Let's go back here. What was the weight of? Oh no, asteroid. What is weight of the Apollo moon mission spacesuits? All right, so The tumbling footage 9/11 revision post shows center of gravity. It just shows some people tumbling. There's like entire papers on it. It shows tumbling. Like I don't see anything special. So there is the let's say germ. Come on, I think that's what it said. Yeah, this one right here. So here's 20 seconds of one fake wire is too many. Why would they need wire for? No, I'm just saying there's a 100. So like the question is, why can't you? First of all, I've never seen a single wire, and the second of all is the spacesuit they're wearing on set would be fake. They wouldn't weigh especially. But again, how big are they wearing? Are they wearing like thin, super thin paper like cardboard? What are they actually wearing? Let's see. So here is at normal speed, or what speed do you want? This is the tumbling one. Okay, this is a tumbling one right here. The dust flying is pretty interesting. And this is 1/6 the gravity. So again, it's just people falling. Like I don't know what more do you want? Okay, it's just people falling. It's like, yeah, it's just people falling. All right. Anyways, this stuff, the difference between 9/11 and this is all out in the open. Like here, first, I want to go what the answer is. I thought you asked it. Where did the in Leo go? Oh, whoops. What was the weight? Oh, 180 pounds. Spacesuit weight 180 pounds. 82 kilograms on Earth, but only about 30 pounds. So, again, even if they're wearing some sort of cardboard stuff here, and the cardboard's not compacting, they're falling down, it's not compacting. So it's gonna be something stronger than cardboard, and they're somehow moving so effortlessly. Which again, it's not. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to here. Actually, before I get to that, I'll see what the okay. This was on the .com one. I could buy on the .com. Okay, .com. This is the simulated one right here. Add to cart. This is USD. Oh, this is simulated Mars. No, I want Lunar one. I don't want Lunar. Lunar Regolith. Okay, Lunar Regolith. Let's see if it's this is Lunar Regolith from that same company. Moon in the palm of your hand. Let's see how this looks. But this is super tiny. My goodness. The other one was a kilo you could buy. This one is how much kilos? These are display jars. No, I need more than this. I need more than this. Justify paying for this. But anyways, I do want to buy this one. This is 1 kilo worth. Pretty a lot. How did Hollywood hide the wires back in those days? What methods were they using? Well, they don't use wires for that long. That's one thing. Let's go right here. So I added it. I think I added the moon landing too. Okay, they added that one there. I want to go over to, whoops. Moon landing falls. Yeah. So the falling. Yeah, there's like a big thing about landing on the falling the moon. Okay, let's see what this is right here. I put a thingy here. Moon landing falls. Why couldn't I see it anymore?
Jack Schmidt having a few problems.
Falling off their strings. So there's a let's see.
And we haven't seen to the bottom. I think.
Anomaly detected. There was. Why isn't on scene? Yeah, this is a thing.
While a body weighs less than the
yeah, so what I mean is, there's like actual mainstream, like document, like mainstream channels talking about this as if it's just normal.
It still has the same mass, which means that the body's inertia or resistance to changes in motion stays linked to its mass rather than changing with the entirety of the Apollo era. NASA dedicated resources to study and analyze the falls of astronauts on the moon so it could assess the dexterity of people outside of Earth. Scientists worried about the flexibility of suits, whether astronauts could handle key equipment while wearing spacesuits, and which techniques would be best to prepare for before going to the moon.
All right, so there's actual papers and studies done on them falling, and see how it fits and so on. So again, so like, everything you need to add layers and layers and layers upon somehow everything's fake. Let's go back to behind the scenes Moon movie. Moon. Let's go behind the scenes. The Making of Moon 2010. Which one is this one? Is there some Making of Moon? Let's see some behind the scenes movie.
And say, look, it's all going to be okay. It looks great. Put the camera further back. You're kind of limited because you've got part of set behind you. You want to put the camera up. You're limited because you have
actually, you know, lived up to the expectations of a modern audience.
What is it about Sam that scares you?
Kevin Spacey came on board towards the end of the film. He'd read the script and very much like
Moon landing movie. I just want to see a moon walking. Yeah, faking moon. I want to get over to the. Is there any actual behind the scenes of the movie, of any movie showing anything similar to 10 hours of the thingy? How first of all, the moon landing was fake. Let's see this one right here. It's the first ever moon landing was recreated in First Man.
First Man, starring Ryan Gosling, follows Neil Armstrong's journey to become the first person to ever walk on
the moon. Look at how much wires is on the back there.
No spoilers, but we all know how it turns out.
Oh, look at the giant wires there. Holy, that's massive. It's not just a single wire. It's like it's a triangle there.
No spoilers, but we all know how it turns out. But how did the filmmakers recreate the moon landing? This is Nathan Crowley. He's the movie's production designer. He told us how he made a trip to space seem real, how he actually staged the moon landing, and how he managed to fit an entire rocket ship inside a soundstage in Atlanta. A production designer manages and designs just about everything physical you see in front of a camera, except for
painting in black with example with still photos. Anytime astronauts jump, they use wires hidden against the black of the rest of the still layer in Action Man. Anyways, yeah, one needs to watch this 11 hours footage to find a wire shining. Yeah, that is true. You got to find it. But the thing is, you also go to the American Moon one. I'll go to the American Moon documentary in a bit. So we have 31 minutes left.
For costumes, Crowley has a lot of experience with space and flight.
Everything in your tool.
Let's go back here.
Filmed from below to give the appearance of being suspended in the air. This was a ground and filmed from below to give the appearance of being suspended in the air. This was a technique Stanley Kubrick pioneered on the set of 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was made long before CGI. Crowley is all about finding a perfect balance between CGI and practical effects.
I have a fun.
Best capture the horizon line. Other parts of the moon landing were done on a soundstage, where they lit it in just the right way to capture the moon's unique shadows.
This is pretty interesting. Look at this giant stage right here.
In design, there's no fixing it later. You've got to plan it, figure it out, and then do it. And if during that journey you get something more interesting because you hadn't foreseen, that enhances the film.
And in a year when everyone seems to be thinking about the moon landing,
we went to the moon.
Okay. There's the. Okay. Anyways. We'll go to the American Moon one. Before that, I just want to go to. This part right here. American Moon, guys, liar, no doubt. No real arguments in there to discredit them. Yeah, but Apollo Detectives is a liar as well, and you shared that guy, so I don't know what more. The Apollo Detectives are straight up lying. So going back here, I'm going to go... The American Moon, just because I was shared by someone else on my X. Okay, so American Moon. So here's American Moon guy. The same guy who made that documentary. He goes right here. He also made Global Deceit, the first Italian film on 9/11 and broadcast. So in 2006 he made a 9/11 film, The New American Century, view of America as historical, and then this was I think related to 9/11. UFOs and military elite, Cancer, the Forgotten, UFO history in the military and Russian involvement, The True History of Marijuana, interesting. And then September 11th, The New Pearl Harbor. Okay, what was she singing? I don't want to know. I don't want to. September 11th, The New Pearl Harbor, a 5-hour documentary that claims the commonly accepted amount of 9/11 accepted account, that rebut. Anyways, it shows resulting analysis by the NIST to be flawed. And there's American Moon 2017. And if you go ask Rock, what is it based on? Basically, it says use publicly available footage, documents, and expert testimonies from Richard Gage and David Ray Griffin, both disinfo agents, to question of official explanation without delving into speculative theories like holograms or space weapons. And then, however, yeah, so they did not explicitly reference thermite, but they said that there was mention of thermetic materials. Again, the same absolute nonsense. And what's interesting is someone here. Okay, so 9/11 Versus thoughts. There was some good content regarding the planes, but everything he shared regarding the destruction mechanism and 9/11, in play in 9/11 was absolute BS. And Tom Power, I personally wrote to him about not bringing Judy Wood's work. So he actually wrote to them, Masumo Makasuko, whatever. I asked if he was aware of it and what he thinks about it, and he gave me the same damn answer that them. All those liars give when they're forced to talk about it. I think she has a great theory. It might be a mix of all nukes, bombs, etc., proving he does know about it. Even he says it's a good theory. He discarded that info in his 5 hours. So 5 hours doesn't talk about it. And Attila 5939 says all of them know about it. There's no way a 9/11 researcher doesn't know about the do, obviously. And also, KJ, French guy, says Judy Wood's book came out 2011, his documentary 2013, and also here, don't matter. She was talking about the do way before. Yeah, in fact, Morgan Reynolds and her, 2007. Yeah, that's right. And as researcher, and 9/11 is very, very obvious. As a researcher, you look at the evidence. Evidence says it's literally magic, so you go with it. So, for example, you go right here, rare photo. So this is a 9/11. These are this is the bottom of the towers. There's the lobby columns. I think this is this would be the north or south. And then this one, this would be probably the south one. And there's a sphere still standing at ground level. And there's this right here. This is a ground level. And we're literally at ground level and there's nothing there. This is stairwell B. This is the north tower. This is south tower. So, and the lobby columns are still standing. Again, for those who do not know how big the lobby columns are, I'll go. Also, here's rare behind the scenes footage of the moon landing. So there it is. There's Stanley Kubrick. So apparently, the plot twist is he actually flew to the moon and filmed it. That's how he was a professional. He was a what's it called? A like super pro director. Like he wanted to be really specific. So he actually went there to the moon and filmed. And there's me filming at the moon. Anyways, rare overhead photo. So there's that sphere at the ground level. There's a north columns. There's stairwell B. There's the south exterior columns, and that's the size they were before. There's a thingy, and also one of the poles is standing as well, and it's perfectly fine, like absolutely magic. So again, this is irrefutable evidence, and every single video footage all matches up. It's not like the moon landing where everything matches the official narrative. Okay, so now we go back to the American moon quickly. American moon one. And he shows you some of the, for example, how to create depth on a small set.
To such an extent.
60 seconds of the Chemical Brothers video, 55 seconds. Normal storm hit a neighborhood, no rubble. Yeah. For an example, how to create depth on a small set, watch 60 seconds of the Chemical Brothers music video. Yeah. Anyways, I'll need to see that again. But again, we're talking 11 hours. Yeah, I want to go back to this guy. He shows you some of the wire stuff. I see the wires. They're steel wires. I see the claims. So there's claims of wires, but there's no wires anywhere. Like the behind the scenes of the other one, you see actual wires. This one you see nothing. And also, yeah, it's the other thing is like, what would these suits be made of if they're fake? Are they just like some sort of like lightweight thing? But they're so bulky, and they're moving perfectly fine, as if the gravity is super low, as if they're actually on the moon. Okay. Anyways, I do want to buy this though, but I just want to see what the let's say there's no shipping here. Okay, ship. Let's go to PayPal. Let's see what PayPal. Use shipping address. Pay with PayPal. Let's see what the shipping cost would be. PayPal. Express. No, I just did PayPal. I just did PayPal. I do want to get the Regolith. Testing out Regolith. Then what would the shipping be? Okay, 63 CAD? No way, it's CAD. No, that was a discount maybe. Okay, I'll buy this, guys. Yeah, hopefully it's CAD. No way it's CAD. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm buying this. Officially buying a Regolith. Okay, ship to it. Hopefully it doesn't do it. One more step. Finish paying at space. Oh, and now you gotta click pay. Phone number. Oh, 140. No way. Okay, shipping is $81. Oh my goodness. What is Trump doing? Is it Trump tariffs? My goodness. Trump can't keep getting away with this. Okay, guys. So Trump tariffs. I'm not buying this for $81. So Rotary Motion, if you guys could somehow illegally funnel this through my thing, this is ridiculous. $81. What is this? Okay, I can't. I'm not buying that. It's definitely the tariffs. Tariffs increase everything. All right, so I wanted to buy those, but I want to go back to. Okay, so moon landing dust. I want to add this. I'm just gonna add all the important ones I liked here, because the thing is, I never looked at Apollo ones because I didn't see anything like worth covering. I'm gonna go over Apollo astronauts. Okay, history. YouTube. Okay, we have 22 minutes. I just want to go power through some stuff. I'll go over a bit more stuff here. I'm gonna go over where's the astronauts falling. Yeah, this one right here, the falling.
Spacesuits.
Yeah, I'll add this right here. Moon landing, just so it's all in one area. So this is American Moon. He covers the string stuff, but again, it's a bit out there. Chemical Brothers music, the one with the car. Chemical Brothers music videos. I've never heard about those before. I'll go with those maybe later. I just don't want to get a copyright strike. Let's go maybe quickly. He said first 60 seconds. Chemical Brothers music video live again. What in the world is that? Okay. Apollo 17 has most amount of mistakes. Again, like what mistakes? I need something. Could we just okay, this is this. I'll mute it. I still wanna get copyright. Gotta go fast forward. What are we looking at? Yeah, it's media, but even then, okay, so I have this. But what are we actually doing? Okay, so we got some holographic projection. So that's for 60 seconds. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go back to this one. So again, so this Miko guy is a liar. But what I want people that say moon landing is fake, I want them to also be promoting, like showing that they're fake. Like the mainstream guys are fake. Like I can't be the only one. Live on music video. I'm not sure what am I. You could send a link. You could send a link, Steve. Send a link in the Telegram. Because again, just so I don't need to waste or spend extra time. Live again music video. What am I looking? Okay. Just like send me a link, guys. Live again music video. This one here. Okay, let's see. What am I looking at? I made a double speed just to fast forward. Okay. No, but again, what am I saying? It's just some typical stuff here. "55 seconds in." Yeah, but what am I looking at though? It's just a movie scene or just a clip scene. Like it's just this is typical stuff. Yeah, but I'm talking about 11 hours of actual things going on. This is just like a highly well done 1 minute or 2 minutes of stuff. Anyways, so I need 100 hours of this and all in sync. Anyways, I'm gonna go over. I think it was an email. No email. Oh, Jimmy Dore interviews Art Gage? No way. No way. It's a tiny set going. Yeah, but who? It's just a regular movie. The whole background's fake. Yeah, but there's nothing that indicates that it would be real anyways. This is done on camera. Yeah, it's just I know, but I'm trying to say it's just a little clip of a movie. I'm talking about there's nothing in the actual moon landing stuff that is in any way fake. You could say it looks like a movie. It doesn't look like a movie. It looks like just 11 hours of stuff going on. It looks, you could say it looks like a movie, yeah, but it also looks like it's on the moon. Like, okay, it looks like it's on the moon, and there's no real thing. There's the behind the scenes. Let's see, behind the scenes. Let's go. Yeah, I know, but it's like, you have to just tell me. I don't want to be like, do one thing, and all of a sudden there's another thing waiting. It's like, I don't want my time wasted by that. Basically, because you have to realize, I'm literally saying that you haven't provided a single piece of evidence. Like, it's getting on my nerve. Behind the scenes movie, behind the scenes, what are Chemical Brothers? Brothers, live now? What in the world's going on here? It's like, just give me something. Chemical Brothers, behind the scenes. Okay, so let's see the behind the scenes. Making it, this one here? Yeah, so there's a full set with like 100 people everywhere. Okay, so there's an actual camera there that's up close. Oh, so, yeah, so they use the they use that like the projection on the side there. Yeah, no, but it's like it doesn't look real though.
Again had these different sections to it, and some of them felt lighter and more poppy, and some of them felt darker and more wonky and strange. So those ideas.
Part of the track and have performances a bit more playful, and then it's kind of a bit darker when we're on the Mars scene and the UFOs coming over. We need it.
Or anyways, so this just uses just a projection screen. Like, but there's no projection. I don't see any projection screen on this. It just looks like a bunch of stuff. Just thinking the same. And for MES too. Yeah, Jimmy Dore. Well, I've tagged Jimmy Dore a couple times. I think Jimmy Dore is just another agent, disinfo agent. It hasn't provided, especially it confirmed for me when he got this absolute clown show of this guy here. This guy here. He got literally.
So you know that plane.
Whoops.
That plane, that MH17.
Yeah.
So there's a credible guy.
all right. It's on Ashton Forbes. It's just done. And now he's got him too. The division between the set and the background, like almost all footage and photos. Again, show me that. It's like everything you've shown so far, it just turns out to be just a nothing burger. I'll go over this one right here I mentioned. So you sent this link right here. So this one, I'm not sure if you've seen this one right here. You sent this one here, this guy talking about... He talks about a bunch of weird stuff, but I want to get to this part right here. So this is Apollo detectives.
35.
They likely use front projection, which is a similar technique, but a similar principle. No, or they were on the moon. Like I think they almost certainly were on the moon, like or some other rock that's there. But no, it's literally just on the moon. Like I don't know. Anyways, so this guy right here, I'll play this guy's clip, and then let's see. This is Apollo detectives, which you sent. So this guy's a liar. Apollo detectives is a straight liar, and then we'll play the Dave mainstream debunker guy. And then I'll show you the footage that the article is actually talking about. This guy knows he's talking about the other one, but he's just making stuff up. Anyways.
Sense. Here we are, 35mm film, and if it's got S-star backing, that may not get damaged at low vacuum levels. What will get damaged is the light-sensitive emulsion. And you make the point about, well, you show the picture showing one side, and then you turn it over, and you show the other side. Yeah, there are two sides to it. That's the light-sensitive emulsion. That's what's damaged in a vacuum, not the backing. The light-sensitive emulsion is affected very rapidly, especially on the moon. Test it out.
What I would like... Okay, I'll play that again for you guys. Play it again, and then we'll see what he's trying to debunk. I have no idea what he's even trying to debunk, because the Dave guy never even said this the way he's saying it. But anyways, listen to what he's saying. Keep that in your mind, in your back brain, and then we'll play Dave's one, and then I'll show you the actual article. Let's go back here.
Talks as an Australian, and he talks a lot of sense. Here we are, 35mm film, and if it's got S-star backing, that may not get damaged at low vacuum levels. What will get damaged is the light-sensitive emulsion. And you make the point about, well, you show the picture showing one side, and then you turn it over, and you share the other side. Yeah, there are two sides to it. That's the light-sensitive emulsion. That's what's damaged in a vacuum, not the backing. The light-sensitive emulsion is affected very rapidly, especially on the moon. Test it out.
What I would like Dave to
so
do...
he's saying that the front of the film gets damaged, not the backside. And he's saying, why is Dave talking about the backside? All right? And I'll show you why Dave was talking about the backside. So this is from this 5-hour one. I was actually watching it. I haven't finished it yet. It was pretty interesting just because he's talking to a... I kind of view them both as these are both gatekeepers. Gatekeepers. Jaren guy's pretending to be a moon faker guy. Because he initially was pretending to be a flat earther, and then he goes to the Antarctica with him, and then he realizes, okay, Antarctica, the Earth's not flat. Anyways,
you get the TV camera.
So we go play this one right here. We'll go when he talks about that, the film, yeah, right here. So listen what this is the article from that the guy's website, and look what happens here. Let's go. Okay, Eek's in the house.
The screen now so they can see that, and I'll scroll those pictures. So this is the pictures he's talking about that have the two different images, basically. So this is the top of the document. And then, so these are, for each photo set, the control images on the left, the affected images on the right, following the vacuum cycle. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so the images on the left are the ones that are just the regular film that they've not put in a vacuum chamber. And then on the right is what they say is the same film that they did expose to a vacuum, and they've showed these comparisons. And then if you... Oh, have they removed... Oh, they have. Oh, naughty. So, on this image, on here, what is now not showing, I might be able to dig up a copy of it from earlier on, but MC Toon covered it, actually. If you want to see it, MC Toon brought it up with... He debated Marcus Allen a while ago, and he actually brought up a screenshot of this. So, on an earlier version of this page, they showed the film strips next to each other, and they said, here's the two film strips. The left one's the one that's not been in a vacuum. The one on the right has been in a vacuum. The one on the left was all glossy and shiny. The one on the right was matte and dull. And they specifically say in the article that the exposing it to a vacuum has basically taken the shine off the film. But if you look closely, they've wrote on all of the film. On all of the film samples, they've wrote on them, presumably to know which is which. Right. And the one on the right, the writing is backwards to the one on the left. They've literally put the film on the right that they'd put in the vacuum, they've put it upside down. You can see the film on the left is curved upwards, and the film on the right is curved downwards. They've literally flipped the film and showed the front of one and the back of the other.
Lovely.
So, yeah. So you're like, okay, so you've got the timings all wrong of the various types of film that you say you've used. You only brought up the one of them. And then but just to clarify a bit further, if you just scroll back up a little bit more there, Jaren, there's a relevant bit I want to bring up with there.
Anyways, it talks about other stuff, but Stephen F. said this is on topic, but doesn't seem to be the video they're responding to. No, this is the video they're responding to. This is literally the video they're responding to. This video responds to David King's live stream with Jaren on Jarism. This is the Jarism. What in the world's going on here? Oh, this is closest. This is the Jaranism live stream. This is the only one they've had, and this is the one we're talking about the backing. And now if you go to that article I sent you, the archive of the article. So here is the article. If you go right here, this is the website. He was talking about this one right here. And it's not just, you'll also see the comments of the guy's video saying that he's lying. So you go here. This is the video on the guy's website, allis.com. You go right here, you scroll down. The thing is not there anymore. So you have to use an archive. So under this, notice figure 6 has changed. You go right here. This is the archive. This is 2023. I need to get back. Thanks for effort. Great live stream as always. Yeah, for sure. I'm ending in 10 minutes, so have a good one. 21,000 tons thermite. Okay, so if you scroll down right here, he was talking about this one where he's saying, hey, the guys changed it. So this is from their archive. Figure 6, changes to the film strips are visually apparent. Here the vacuum exposed film is on the left, and the film that has lost its sheen and has shifted to a brownish hue, the control strip is on the right. So he's talking about this one here, but notice the curve. It looks like it's curved. Yeah, this is the backing there, because you can see this is written upside down. This vacuum. It seems to be written on. Yeah, I think it might be backwards. The letters. Is that vacuum V? Vac. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so this is the one here saying that this is backwards, and this is literally the backing. So he was saying that this was actually. He's saying that this film turned brown, but that's just the back of this one. Or is it the back of this one? So this is the front. This is the control one. This is the one he's saying that it turned all this. So he removed this one. So this is the one he was talking about. And then he removed it. And then he's talking about, the backing mumbo jumbo, but he's saying the backing doesn't get affected. So why is he talking about the backing? If you go to the comments right here, if you scroll in the comments, also I see you, Stephen, also said, as the demos... The image is clearly wrong. As Demos released a detailed report on his finding or a complete video of the vacuum chamber, the LS website doesn't mention the duration of vacuum exposure. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, why don't they just actually show the thing? And this guy made a good. This guy said Bill subjected the two films to the vacuum for 4 hours at torr -60. Shut the turbo down. Turbo pump off after 4 hours before the outgas material from the film ruined the $10K turbo pump at the top. That was the entire experiment anyway, so just put in there, and I bet you, yeah. But then he also said give it like over 100 degrees of heat. And then he says, oh dear, comments. No, okay, this guy says, you mean the outgas material? This guy's a NASA-loving psychopath. Oh, let's go. You mean the outgassing material from the non-vacuum rated plastic and other components that go to make up the film cartridges, and something obviously not replicating the situation? Yeah, that's another thing. If it clogged up the pump, imagine what it would do to the film on the surfaces. Yeah, so that's the thing. Maybe the outgassing is affecting it. And then if you go scroll down here, someone mentioned it right here. So he says, the same psychopath guy had another look at your LS website out of interest. At what point did the film and the Hasselblad camera ever reach 130 degrees centigrade? Looking at the archived earlier version of the article, I note that the original Fig 6 has been removed. This was the one Dave was talking about, which compared the shiny polyester side of a film on the right with the dull emulsion side of a film on the left. The caption was a little misleading, wasn't it? Figure 6 changes to the film strips are visually apparent. Here, the vacuum exposed film is on the left. The film has lost its sheen and has shifted to a brownish hue. The control strip is on the right. So the question is, why is the guy talking about the backing? And I'm almost certain he's literally talking about that part when he mentioned the backing. And then he's ignoring that he had that in his article and he removed it. And Dave, in that thing, he literally says, hey, the article's removed. Oh, articles updated. He literally said articles updated, and he's wondering why that's changed.
They've not them, presumably to know which is which is off the vacuum. The one in a vacuum. MC Toon brought it up with. He debated Marcus Allen a while ago, and he.
So apparently, during a debate, he brought it up, and he deleted after the debate.
A while ago, and he actually brought up a screenshot of this. So, on an earlier version of this page, they showed the film strips next to each other. And they said, here's the two film strips. The left one's the one that's not been in a vacuum. The one on the right has been in a vacuum. The one on the left was all glossy and shiny. The one on the right was matte and dull. And they specifically say in the article that the exposing it to a vacuum has basically taken the shine off the film. But if you look closely, they've wrote on all of the film. On all of the film samples, they've wrote on them, presumably to know which is which. Right. And the one on the right, the writing is backwards to the one on the left. They've literally put the film on the right that they'd put in the vacuum. They've put it upside down. You can see the film on the left is curved upwards, and the film on the right is curved downwards. They've literally flipped.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this one here. This one's curved. This is concave. This one's convex. So this is. This is curving like this. This one's curving. This one. Which one's concave? Yeah, concave would be. Yeah. This one is concaving. This one's convexing. Yeah. So then, in other words, and this is on the backside. So why is this photo there? And it was brought up during a debate after he changed it. And then you go back to here. And this guy. The whole thing is. Whenever you see like these weird editing and stuff, trying to mock the mainstream debunker guy, or anybody, it's similar to the tactics that the Blue Bacon guy does about me and other people. So when someone does that, it's a big tell. These guys are liars. So Apollo Detectives, no different from the American Moon documentary maker. So listen to him again. They're talking about the same exact video. This is the live stream debate.
That's the. Well, you shout imaged, at low vacuum levels, what will get damaged is the light-sensitive emulsion. And you make the point about, well, you show the picture showing one side.
Okay, now this one, okay, but this, you're talking about the backing there. This one is about a different setup here. This one is, this part right here is about the moon, March to the Moon, are the actual scans. Let's go back here.
Australian, and he talks a lot of sense. Here we are, 35mm film, and if it's got S-star backing, that may not get damaged at low vacuum levels. What will get damaged is the light-sensitive emulsion. And you make the point about, well, you show the picture showing one side, and then you turn it over, and you show the other side. Yeah.
This isn't about this. This one is just a... yeah, so he's sharing this, the screen grab he's taking. This is just the March to the Moon stuff. It's not actually... but the actual stuff he's talking about is the backing that they made a mistake on the article. Or not a mistake, the deliberate mistake. Like, what is this? How could this get through any sort of review process? Like, what is this? Anyone that posts this and has the audacity to put the caption is a straight up liar. Like, I don't get it. How can anyone do this? Anyways, Timmy Sullivan, let's go. Did I miss it all? Yeah, we're about to end in like 2 seconds. Because if I go to this part here again, analyzing, I'm almost on actually like another hour or so of it. I watched up to three, almost 4 hours. Yeah, this is the part where he mentions here, but this is completely different. This is just the film of the Apollo moon scans.
Seem to be the cause of it.
And they're just talking about the lighting. So the screen grab this guy's using is not when he was actually talking about the backing. The backing is when he literally showed that the guy. It changed the article. I mean, trying to buy Moondust. I was gonna buy it, and then the shipping was $81. So if you guys want to, maybe there might be one candidate, Lunar Regolith simulant. If you can fund this, I'm gonna buy it Canada, because again, everyone's got to make their own stuff now because of the Trump tariffs. Okay. Oh, Amazon.ca. Okay, this is a .ca. Currently unavailable. Okay, so when this is available, I'll add this to wish list. So when this is available, I'll buy it. See all buying. I think. Oh, yeah. They literally went. I think they took it out because of the Trump tariffs. This is 1 kilo. See all buying options. See if there's any buying options. Okay, nobody's got simulant. All right, so I'll buy this once it's back live, guys. Anyways, we have a couple minutes left. Yeah. So anyways, I went over some moon stuff again. Yeah, so I want to buy that moon dust. This is the simulant. Lunar. Yeah, so I'm trying to buy it from this guy. It's also going back to the other one here. There's also many papers on this. Refining Lunar Regolith. There's also a giant 900 tons of... yeah, they made a fake moon here.
And will electricity...
Yes, this looks completely misleading. Me or the Apollo detectives? I'm trying to tell you, Apollo detectives, and it's like they had in like under a week they do this giant editing of just like mocking the guy. I'll buy Canada with you. Yeah, buy Canada and then send me some Regolith. Dark Mission is a solid book on NASA and those early Apollo missions. Lying when you're found on a mistake reception is a bad mistake. When you're found out, when you're found out on a mistake or deception is a bad sign. Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't even talk about it. He mentions the backing. Shows a different. This one, if you watch the thingy, this is literally just talking about the lighting right here. This screen grab is nothing to do with the backing. This is nothing to do with the backing. The backing it was discussing the photo that they removed from their website. And yeah, so it's like. And it's so like obvious. I don't. Okay. Anyways, that's live. Now as you know, is he good evening minutes? Let's go. So I want to go with this part.
Sadly, stick to astronauts and their equipment.
Yeah. So that's live. But as you know it, yeah. So if you have been watching my recent live stream, the Wednesday streams, yeah, I'm trying to find some fakery in the moon landings, and they're pretty much, it's like they're like the Hutchinson effect. It's like. They're pretty much real. There's nothing I found that suggests otherwise. They had a bunch of stuff right here. And then there's a giant factory. This one had here. I want to test for over. What do they do? How do they make it?
We put it inside a desiccator oven, leaving it there at 200 degrees centigrade for 24 hours. This removes all the water, but be careful, because as soon as you take it back out the oven and expose it to the moist atmosphere, then the water just goes right back. Expensive. Even the blobs look accurate. Expensive. Even the blobs look accurate. When you
simulant, I want to go to simulant. And there's another part right here. So there's this rover is actually very similar to the one we made in my project in mining engineering. See if I could find that. Mining engineering. Mining robot. I had a robot. Robot model. Oh yeah, 49. Okay, so I'll see if I can play this robot videos. There, I want coastal property near ocean. Oh, let's go, Timothy Sullivan. Let's go. $20. Okay, so once that thing is live, I'll buy the Lunar simulant. So I got $20 from you and $6 from Rotary Matrix. Okay, so epic stuff here. Thanks a lot, and this will help fund the Lunar rock. So I'm gonna. So this one right here. This is a NASA research facility testing out the lunar material. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, they have like a big giant amount right here. So this is another test. So there's a whole lot of testing on this. This is another bigger. There's a bigger one earlier. I couldn't find it. Anyways. So this is all the simulated lunar material. Okay, so here is from my project. Actually, no, this is a different project. So this is a different one on robotics. This is robot videos. This was like a test to see an automated robot going, just looking at the black lines on the ground. Yeah, I want to find the other robot. Robot model 491 robot. SolidWorks. No, there's the 491 robot model. Okay, I think it might be.
It's actually tripped the safety sensor.
Safety? Oh,
no, and they were taking a break, listening to some music.
Yeah.
Okay. Of.
So this one I was doing robotics. I just want to get this one here because this one was done by a big NASA nerd in our project. Like he was super big on NASA and stuff, but he did all this programming. I'm like, unbelievable. Model V1. Let's see if I can find a video. So this is all the stuff right here, and this was like a joint thingy. I think that could work like for NASA or a mining facility. But anyways, where's the current models? SolidWorks. I gotta find that footage. Past paper, videos. See if I have the video. Oh, bucket testing, bucket assembly. Okay, there's a rover. Okay, there's this. Okay, let's see this video. You guys are gonna see some automated robot stuff here. I forgot how we did this, but anyways, I barely did anything in this project. I just like talk. I just like made jokes and so on. But the guy who did like most of the programming was like this big NASA nerd on our project. Okay, this is like collecting dust. Anyways, I wanted to show that. It reminded me of this lunar mumbo jumbo. And they do test out lunar regolith simulant. I do want to show that simulant. There's a bunch of videos on this. Fake dust. There's a big and this guy. Yeah, this is the one you could buy, but it's pretty expensive there. Because I do feel that there's gonna be an actual alleged moon landing coming up in like 2030. Like the Artemis missions, we're actually gonna land on it, and possibly build some sort of lunar testing rover. My goodness, like just shows some stuff here. Simulate regulated chamber. Okay, so this one right here. Let's see if it sticks to it. Let's see if it has any static stuff here. Okay, this is another paper. So again, a lot of these companies and projects and research facilities, they're not just doing this for nothing. Okay, like I'm trying to like stress. I can't stress enough. Operation Paperclip that brought Nazis and Atsu have developed off-the-books physics. Yeah, I've heard about that a lot. And I think the underlying part is NASA, Nazis, Germany, U.S., Britain. They're not enemies. Humanity itself is an enemy, but they're all just working together. So yeah, they bring their own top scientists and so on after, and probably Hitler went to Argentina or something. Okay. Let's see if it gets stuck everywhere. Okay, there's footprints. There's a footprint right there. Let's see if I don't think they added the static stuff. They might have added the static. Just want to see some stuff here. And you can see the footprint, and they're pretty solid in there. And I'll go another one. Lunar dust. Okay, I'll go back to the lunar regolith. Okay. Anyways, so you can see a bunch of stuff here. Lunar regolith. Okay, so once yeah, and I will buy the stuff here. I want to go over lunar regolith, breathing, respiratory. Yeah, so. So apparently, if breathed in, they can cause respiratory illness. During the lunar exploration, the astronauts' spacesuits will become contaminated with lunar dust. One of them apparently did. Toxic effects. Yeah, so anecdotal reports of human exposure to lunar dust suggest after each EVA, the crew manuals were heavily contaminated with dust. Many astronauts reported coughs, throat irritation, watery eyes, and blurred vision. A flight surgeon exposed to the capsule interiors after recovery developed what appeared to be allergic reactions to lunar dust that worsened after exposure. Okay, but they got better after 24 hours and so on. I just want to go lunar dust danger. And again, there's a bunch of mainstream papers on these as well. Dangerous truth about lunar dust.
It turns out there's a dark side to the moon, and it's not what you might think. And really, the side of the moon that we never, not so good. And if you breathe that stuff in, extra not good. Like when astronauts come back in from stomping around on the moon's surface, their suits are covered in the stuff, and they have to take their helmets off to get out of the suit. So what kind of risk does exposure pose? To find out, a team at Stony Brook University took 2 iron-based compounds that we know are found on the moon and soaked them in a solution designed to
anyways,
mimic human lung fluid. After about...
That was just, there was a story, but apparently something actually affected one of the astronauts.
Moon dust is...
Okay, this is one of those AI generated. Anyways, might be this one here.
Sometimes the smallest things can be one of the biggest headaches. During the Apollo missions of 1969 to 72...
this one's a good mainstream person as well. I'm going to put this as well to this, play this. To the moon. Anyways, and the stream should be over in like now. I just wanted to why can't I just add this? I can't even add this. Okay, so I can't even do nothing there. Okay. Okay. Anyways, I'll add this later.
Tiny particles of lunar dust turned out to be a major issue, described as being as fine as talc. But
and also going back to that American moon, where the line about the charge. Here's even the mainstream. It literally just says charge from the solar wind.
From the sun, particles from. But dust is electrically charged by the bombardment of charged particles from the sun, and this is what makes it stick to anything it lands on. During Apollo 17, crew members Harrison Jack Schmitt and Gene Cernan had reported that the dust was making it difficult for them to move their arms around during the moonwalks because it had got into the joints of their spacesuits. It also scratched the gold visors on the helmets to such an extent when they tried to wipe it off that it made it difficult to see, a bit like trying to clean glass with sandpaper. The same, although by Apollo 12 this had been discontinued as it had been confirmed from examination on Earth that it posed no bacterial or viral risks. Although the dust is mostly silica and non-poisonous.
Okay, anyways, I do want to add this to the thingy. Okay, I can't add it anymore. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. I'll have a...
Sometimes...
I'm gonna go for a run or whatnot. And that's about it for me. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. And it's always like when I'm about to leave, everybody starts showing up. And yeah, I'll say this to the Moon Landing playlist. Moon Landing playlist. Yes. So again, for those,
yeah, you're good to go. Go ahead and kind of, you know,
this is
take
testing. Yeah, so this is a giant facility with a moon dust and so on. So it's like I would assume a vacuum, or maybe not this one, but other ones. Anyways, I don't know what just happened. My thingy just closed off. Hey guys, I need to find my... Okay, Tang. What happened? Okay, we're still live. I want to go back to the thingy. I want to close the thing. Okay, guys, that's all for today, guys. Dang, okay, Tammy's in the house. Let's go. Also, if you haven't seen the drop test comparison, it's absolutely epic. So definitely watch this, guys. Get shareable link right here. Watch this one here with the Paul Mueller magnet drop test. Fascinating stuff. Anyways, guys, I don't know what happened. I can't even find my live. There's live. Okay, and where am I? Okay, I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Anyways, thanks for joining. And I was babysitting my daughter, my granddaughter. She's 3. Okay, yeah. Sounds a good time though. Hopefully, I had fun there. But yeah, next time, guys. You know the usual 10 a.m. It's part of my schedule. Just get it in and out. Otherwise, guys. And if you have any math, science related technical questions, moon landing stuff, ask me. And so again, thanks for joining. As I said earlier, I want the moon landing to be fake, but instead of liking it to be real. Thanks for joining, and have a great day. At least like the major claim of like the footage is real at least, and so on. Anyways, thanks for joining. Have a great day, and I'll paste this into the other. This is on X. So guys, X rotary matrix now. Oh man, we're in Matrix. And yeah, Night of Vicious. Have a good night as well. Oh, also check the Jimmy Dore is going to be Richard Gage is on Jimmy Dore. Oh, I always forget the thing here. Anyways, nobody commented on Odyssey or BitChute, but Rumble and X did. Anyways, ending this.